Hello, everybody. Uh, Welcome to all Game Table Cafe fans. We are excited that you're here. Um, it's been an interesting 3 months. Thank you for all of the support over the last 3 months. You guys have been incredible. Um, here at the cafe, uh, we feel so blessed. What?
Are you on the right screen?
I think so. All right, just doing a little double check on our technicalities. I'm still new to all of this, but hopefully I'll get the thumbs up that you guys can hear me and that everything is going well. Are we good, guys? All right. Well, I'll keep going. Make sure that. But anyways, I want to say how blessed we are by everything that you guys have done. I mean, because of you, you guys have poured out a huge amount for us. When the stay-at-home order came out, and we had to modify, how we were open and open just for takeout and that kind of stuff. Um, Man, the phone and the Facebook messages were crazy. You guys were like, "Hey, what can we do to support? How can we help you guys?" And let me just tell you some of the stuff that you did. So, um, several of you changed us to be your go-to place for lunch or coffee or whatever your favorite routine out of the house. And we enjoyed seeing you. I thought you guys were awesome. That you came in and let us know that you wanted to support us that way. Some of you called up and wanted to buy hundreds of dollars of gift certificates, and so we set all of that up for you. Some of them we still have, we're holding here, so don't forget about those. Some of them you asked us to mail them to you, and we did. Many of you took advantage of a new online ordering system, and so we could we could have your stuff ready when you came in. You would order online, we have it ready, and we'll keep that active if you want to continue to order online and just come in and pop in and get it. We moved a bunch of gaming activities like Magic and Dungeons and Dragons groups and board game, virtual meetups. We moved a bunch of that stuff onto Discord, and made that all available, built that, and made it all available for you, and you guys jumped on it. I mean, it blew up. You guys hopped on there so fast, and I haven't checked how many people joined the server recently, but I know like within the first week we had over 200 people that jumped onto that thing, and you'll see later that that's something you want us to continue, and we'll keep going. So. I guess because of you and because of all of your support, we were able to keep our most precious resource. And that's not my, $13,000 espresso machine, and it's our employees. And because of you and because of your support and your continued patronage of the cafe in a modified form, we were able to keep all of our employees on the payroll. We were able to keep them employed, doing maybe different things. But the bottom line is, we were able to keep them. And so we are blessed to have a great group of employees that are still all with us. And so our transition to going back, to semi-normal operations will be, pretty easy transition. So again, thanks for your support. Because of you, we're still here. Now, Cumberland County announced, or the governor announced, that Cumberland County is one of the counties that will be going green here, and so we were preparing for this even before the announcement, because in my military planning mind, I'm always thinking forward, and so this Friday, we will be open. modified form, and some things we're going to talk about in terms of what that's going to look like for us, and the restrictions and the controls that will be imposed. But before I get into all of that, I want to talk to you about one of the important lessons for me over the last 3 months, and that is how important people are to me. Not being able to interact with all of you, with the people that I like to be with. I like to be with my wife and my kids, and yeah, I'm not saying that I didn't like that. I'm saying that I learned that I needed something more than that. And again, that's the whole third place concept, is that we do need a third place, something beyond family, something beyond our work relationships. We all, as humans, need that third place, and that's what's been denied us for the most part. So I've learned even more the importance of that, and the importance of the human contact and getting to know you guys even better. That's why Victor and I talked about doing this table talk thing on Friday nights, and I think we're going to keep that going as best we can. But I think the important thing about all of that is that we just need that. So yeah, that's been a lesson learned for me that I just wanted to highlight before we go into everything that we've got here. So I'm super excited to announce that we will be open for in-cafe dining and gameplay on this Friday. So, and we really look forward to seeing you. However, things will be a bit different. In order to meet the requirements for opening back up, health and safety, we're doing a bunch of stuff. So, yeah, we've got the guidance from the governor, and it's not a one-page document. It's a lot. It's got a lot of things that need to be accomplished, and that we need to certify that we've done. And on top of that, in my military training, the 30 years in the Army, I've got checklists. I've got checklists within checklists. So we've got the Game Table Cafe pre-opening checklist, and then some of these have checklists within checklists, and then this is just the checklist on the kitchen, and it's 4 pages long of what we're going to be doing to prepare this place for Friday. And this is beyond the regular food safety health requirements. These are things, and some of these things are not even in the governor's requirements. They're just my, wanting to make sure everything is good to go before Friday. So, and of course, the goal is that we will get the certification, and you will see this hanging up in the cafe, and then you can check our work. On the back of it is everything we're supposed to be doing to meet the safe guidelines, and so this certification will be hanging up, letting you know that we are ready to open and operate. So that's what we're going to have to certify that we're ready. But I'm most concerned about you guys. Yes, I want to make sure that we do everything that the governor requires of us. But I also want to make sure we're doing everything to make you feel safe and secure in your third place. So we sent out a survey, kind of gauge all of that, and thank you for that feedback. So let's talk a little bit about the survey. So we needed your input. We sent this out, asked for you to give us your thoughts, your ideas on some of the stuff we had going on, and you guys blew it out of the water. I mean, seriously. We the first survey that went out had some of the questions that were in error. I wanted you to choose as many options as possible, but the way I had set the question up, it would only let you choose one. Thank you for you guys that hopped on and let me know about that. But by the time I got around to fixing that survey and putting out the new survey, you guys had already almost maxed out the first survey. SurveyMonkey has a maximum amount of results that it will take in and tell us. I mean, you can still take the survey, but it will only show us the first 100 results. Um, and so, yeah, I mean, you guys blew the first one out of the water. We put the second one out shortly after, and that one got blown up as well. So, well over 200 results from the survey, really in a very short amount of time. And I know that 200 is only a small fraction of our regular clientele. We've got almost 4,000 people on Facebook that like and follow us, and Instagram. I mean, we just have a lot of people that are actively involved in the cafe's activities. And I know that's a very small, 200 plus people is a very small fraction of the entire. But I, to be honest with you, I didn't even expect to get that many. Other surveys we've done with our annual customer service survey, we get like maybe 80, and that's a good turnout. But you guys were all over this one twice, and so we got a good amount of feedback, and I want to talk about that. So, let's see. Let's go to the first survey question, which was all about whether or not you feel comfortable coming back. Now, this was actually two different questions. We kind of pushed them together because I didn't want this to be a slideshow presentation, so we just have a few summary slides. So I put a couple of questions, combined them into this one. So the blue bars show, the results of, will your attendance bounce back to what it was before stay at home? And then the red bar is, in the first week that we open, are you likely to come back in? So let's talk about those. So, in the first question, the blue bars, mixed results. I mean, it was a little troubling for me, to be honest with you. Yeah, 58% of you said that you absolutely will be back in a normal amount of time, or probably will be back. So 58%, over half of the 220 people said that, yeah, absolutely we'll be back to normal. Yeah, but that means that, about half of you might not come back. So that's a bit troubling. But I understand. We live in interesting times, and many of you probably just are not sure. And I mean, one unsure is the next highest category, and I understand that. And believe me, I don't want you coming back until you're comfortable. So that's the way it is. We will be here. But yeah, if only half of our clientele come back, we would have a hard time making ends meet, moving on into the future. So we're banking on the fact that we're going to get more than half visiting us again. But half is good right now. I mean, we can only be at half capacity right now. So half is good, and that's the way we're looking at it, and that's why we're popping the doors back open on Friday. But I also understand, if you look at the red bars, some of you are just not ready right now. Unlikely, most of you said the unlikely or unsure about coming back in the first week. Now, some of those were just because of schedule and whatnot. And some of you you're just flat out unsure. You don't feel safe, and I want you to take your time. So there's no pressure there, but totally understand the counterbalancing of your own health and safety concerns with your desires to come back and mingle in your third place. So, return when you're comfortable is my message to you, and your message to me is we will return when we're comfortable, and that's cool. Now, we had, on all of these, we had the option to give us other feedback. And I want to go over some of the comments we got in the other feedback, because this is what's really important. The reason I put that in is because this is the feedback that I was really wanting to get. So let me just run through some of these. Some of these are an amalgamation of multiple comments. But number one, when I feel safe enough. I really miss the cafe. I'll come back when I feel safe enough. And we miss you. And we don't want you coming back before you feel safe. So yeah, absolutely. When you feel safe enough, we'll be happy to have you back. Another one is depends on how many people you allow and what restrictions are in place. So yeah, the number of people is set at 28. That's our new seating capacity. The control measures are we're going to closely so if you think about that, 28 people is 7 tables of 4. And so we will manage that through online reservations, phone reservations, and walk-ins when we can accommodate. And both the online and the phone reservations we're going to ask people to book a period of time. So it's not going to be quite the unending, you can just come in and just hang out all day. We're going to try and control that. Now, if you want to come in and hang out all day, we're going to ask you to make multiple reservations. So we'll have a 2-hour block, a 4-hour block, a 6-hour block. And like I said before, we'll have the ongoing, Magic or Pokemon, that kind of stuff will be part of the 28 and will be blocked off, so you can't go above the 28 when that time period is going on. So a little bit more control in terms of letting people know when they can come in and how many people can come in. So you're certainly welcome to still drop in, but our capacity is limited to 28. So if you just drop in and we can't accommodate you, then we can't accommodate you. You're welcome to wait or make a reservation and come back, but that's the number, and that's kind of how we're going to control. The other controls, in terms of the seating, all the seating will be 6 feet apart. These are mandated controls, 6 feet apart. We've got face shields up around the register. Employees will be wearing masks. All the customers will need to wearing masks when they're not seated at their table. And we're going to limit the amount of people that will be able to get up and move around in terms of browsing the library and stuff like that. So, those are kind of the controls, and you're welcome to stop in and check on us and make sure that we're doing it right and that you feel comfortable before coming back in. You're welcome to do that. Another response depends on my regular gaming group. Yeah, so there's people that want to come in, but they want to come in with their group of friends or family that they regularly associate with. And so if you're one of those, reach out to your gaming partners and say, I'm ready, how about you? And just have that conversation about coming back, and then make a reservation. So we plan on accommodating all of that, but we understand some of you only come in when your group is meeting, and that's cool. Just that your group needs to best to have your group make a reservation. So another one, it depends on what is going on with proper guidelines being followed. I have no problem returning to the cafe. So I don't know how else to tell you other than my military mind, my training, my discipline. I have all of the checklists. We're following the governor's rules. We will be certified before we open. And then there's the ongoing leadership responsibility of making sure that all of this is followed. We're bringing everybody in tomorrow, the whole staff, to do the training, make sure they're understanding how this is all going to work. And so training, discipline, and leadership is the way that we will make sure that these things are followed. If Pokemon resumes is one of the they said they'll come back when Pokemon resumes, and that's cool. Like I said, we're gonna block times off for Pokemon. We're gonna block times off for Magic. We're gonna block times off for those regular recurring group meetings like that. But they will be limited in number. It won't be, hey, everybody come in. Pokemon League night is Thursday. No, we're gonna be limiting that to a certain number of people, and that's it. We won't allow anybody else to come in for that group meeting beyond the capacity that we set. I think we're going to do like 10 for Magic, 10 for Pokemon, because we're going to be meeting twice. We still meet the Thursday, and then we'll have a weekend event, because we would normally get around 20-some people for Pokemon. So we figured we had 2 groups of 10, that would work. And then for Magic, we have somewhere upwards in the neighborhood of 40-50 people a week for Magic throughout the week. So we'll just have smaller, multiple events during the week for people to come in for Magic. So that's the way we're going to handle those. So yeah, Pokemon will start up again. Come when you feel comfortable, but please realize that we were going to cap it off at 8 people, and what we'll probably, or 10 people. What we'll probably do is have an event, and we'll take the first 10 people that say that they're coming to the Thursday event, and then the first 10 people to say they're coming to the weekend event, and that'll be it. So that's, yeah, please come back when Pokemon resumes. Another person said, depends on the virus levels in the area, the number of people, and how well people are maintaining social distance. So we're going to have the required signs to remind people about social distancing, to remind people of the importance of wearing your mask. This is a nice little lanyard setup that I use because I kept finding I would put my mask down when I wasn't wearing it. So I encourage everybody to look at maybe getting a lanyard and putting your mask on it, and then it's always there. You just pop it on. Not everybody's, some of you are going to like, oh, it's been so good to see, I want to give you a hug. Well, not everybody's going to be okay with that. So communicate with you. And I'm not there yet. Maintain your distance. Let's have a game together, but I'm not interested in doing all that. And set your table rules. Okay. Like I said, the guidance from the state allows people to sit at a dining table in restaurants without having to wear your mask. Obviously, hard to eat food when you're wearing a mask. But set your table rules. Hey, we're going to wear the mask. Other than eating, we're going to wear them. Or we're not eating at this table. Hey, don't eat and then touch the pieces. I mean, a lot of people don't do that anyways because they're respectful of the games. But set your table rules that you all feel comfortable with. Have that conversation. There's no rules and guidelines that dictate how the table is supposed to operate, just how the facility is supposed to operate. So you need to have your table rules that you all feel comfortable within your group, operating in. So let's talk about the next slide, which is some of those, the things that we are implementing to make you feel protected. Now, this isn't everything that we're doing, and this is a summary of the survey results. But these are the things that got the most positive comments on the survey. But we didn't even put everything on the survey that we're doing. But I just wanted to kind of review some of these things with you. The number one thing was reduce capacity to 50% or less. So, hey, I mean, that's dictated. I told you about how we plan on controlling that. That's the thing that's going to make people feel the most comfortable coming back. And so that gives you an idea of the people that will be in here, what their mind is like. They're wanting that increased distance. And so that just kind of gives you an idea of if it makes you feel comfortable, the people that will be in here will be of that mindset. The people that will be in here are going to be using the touchless hand sanitizer. The people that are in here are going to be appreciative of the fact that we're wearing, masks in here. The people that are in here are going to be, using the reservation system. The increased frequency of cleaning, we started that way back. We have a little alarm system that goes off normally to check our food temperatures, but we're now going to have a little cleaning checklist that goes off every time the food temp alarm goes off. We'll be cleaning all the frequently touched surfaces, the light switches, the door handles, the entrances in and out, and so we're going to be increasing our sanitization of all of those things that are frequently touched. We've already been sanitizing the tables every time people transition. It's not just a damp rag that we use. We use a sanitization rag. We always have. We will continue that. We're wiping chairs, tables, everything on a regular basis. So, that's been going on, but we're going to increase what we clean and the frequency of it when we have our temperature alarms go off. We'll have the signage that's mandated. We'll have a limit on all the organized stuff like Pokemon and Magic. That's already in the works. So But what's really important here is some of the comments that we got, and I want to talk a little bit about those comments. Because I think we're addressing most of the concerns that were expressed there. So let's see here. So again, most of the comments addressed, it's great that you're putting those things on the survey, but we're interested in how well you're going to actually carry these things out. Again, all I can tell you is we've been planning for this. We've got our checklists. We're bringing everybody in for training. Beyond that, it's training, it's discipline, and then it's leadership. And so that's what we will be doing to make sure that we continue to follow these things. The health department is out there checking. In the yellow phase, it was funny. They were checking our trash cans to see if there was any food, if anybody was eating on the premises. And so they are out there. They are checking. So they're checking us. You can have confidence in that. I know that you guys check us. You guys check us. I get feedback all the time, mostly about gaming things and gaming products and stuff like that. But occasionally we get comments from you about staff interaction or things that we can just do better. And so I know that you will continue to give us that feedback, and we will continue to be as best as we can be. So that's the best way I can handle those concerns about, it's one thing to say you're doing it, but are you doing it? Clearly only time will tell. So all I can do is imply to you that this is not the first time I've been down this type of a road. With my military experience, I'm good at training people. I'm good at discipline. I'm good at leading people. It doesn't mean that that's a 100% guarantee, but that's what you got with us. Probably the best way to wrap up the other major concern with, hey, you're doing all that, but it had to do with the library. So I didn't say anything about the library on the survey. I probably should have. I just didn't think about it. So yeah, we're going to continue to encourage people to bring in their own games. I mean, that's up to you to do that. But we will have a much more strict control on access to the gaming library and the way that all works. Let me just kind of review that with you, because it was way too hard to do it on the survey, which is one of the reasons I didn't. But so you're gonna have to check the games out and then check them back in. You're not gonna be able to grab 4 or 5 games and put them on your table. You're gonna have to say, hey, I want to play Carcassonne. A staff member will get it, bring it to you, assuming that it's available. Because the other thing is that when the game gets checked back in, it's going to go into quarantine. Like I said, we've been sanitizing games now for 3 months. I've read a lot about it. Is it a perfect system? Absolutely. I can't guarantee it's killing everything, but from what I've read, we're doing the best we can. We wipe everything down with the food safety approved sanitizer. We've sleeved our cards so that we can wipe those down without ruining the card itself. The plastic and the wooden items get put into a sanitizing solution where they soak, and then we bring everything out, we let it dry, we put everything back in. We wipe the game board down. We wipe out basically everything that we have to be able to make the game function, and then it gets put in the quarantine and it comes back out when it's ready to be, when it's playable again. So we've been doing that now for 3 months. So with our whole game rental system, and again, that's another thing you guys have bought into pretty quickly, and we haven't had any complaints, any problems with any of that, and we'll continue that process. So yeah, it's going to be stricter control. The games will be quarantined and cleaned before they get put back out. We'll have a quarantine area. We'll put them in a little plastic bag or something until we can get to them. And then the staff has been doing that for the last 3 months, and will continue to do that. So that's probably the most common other response that we got to that last survey about, hey, we're doing all this stuff. yes, we are going to have a stricter control on the library beyond. So thanks for all that feedback. But I know some of you are really looking forward to coming to Café because you've been talking to me about this all along. So let's go to the next survey slide. What are you looking most forward to? So more than half of you said making reservations and coming and meeting up with friends. And that's what we're all about. So, yeah, I'm meeting with our web development guy today at 5. We're going to be reviewing what he's prepared for me. I didn't want to do like open table or typical restaurant reservation system because it very expensive also, but didn't have the flexibility of doing the 2 hour to 4 hour to 5 hour blocks of time, and I never found one that did exactly what I was looking for. So he's working with an appointment system that was already resident on his system, and so I'm looking to know, hopefully the final product today, and then we'll put it out on the web, or if we've got to do some more tweaking, it'll be out sometime this week. But you can always still call in and make a reservation for Friday now, even if you wanted to, and then we'll feed that into the system once he gets it up and running. But yeah, so more than half of you are like, hey, I'm looking forward to getting together with my friends. And again, we're your third place. We need that social interaction. And who best to do it than with your friends? Now, around 40%, 42% of you said, hey, I'm just looking to come in and get a game. So we'll still have the looking for player sign. We're going to ask you to not wander around. We're going to ask you to come in, grab the looking for player sign, put on your table, and we will count that as a reservation for 4. But if for whatever reason you're not able to get a group of people to join you, and it looks like we're getting tight on space, we're probably going to ask you to leave or to maybe get a hold of some of your friends and see if they can come in and join you or something. But we're not going to let you hold the whole table when there's other people that may be wanting to get in. And so that's going to be a little different. If you want to just wander in, that's fine. You're welcome to do that. It's just going to be a little bit more awkward. Now, we will still have the things like the board game meetups on Saturdays, which will block space off for those things. And so you will have the flexibility to walk in during those times for pickup games. And so, yeah, that'll still be happening. The board game meetup group is right there. And, that column right there is people are looking forward to that. You get the D&D groupings, the Pokemon League, in-person Magic events, and we've talked about all of those. But let me talk a little bit about the other, because we had some really nice comments in the other that I wanted to go over. So, I was a little blown away by some of the comments on this section, very positive, and I just wanted to kind of review those. So, we love your cafe, just love being there. So there's somebody that, regardless of all the different events, they just can't wait to come back. We play at your cafe because we just love it there. Thank you. I mean, I don't know how else to express my gratitude for these comments, but yeah, we love having you, and we just love the fact that you like what we're producing here. Another one is, can't wait for your next murder mystery. Yeah, we will do that. It's probably not going to be soon, but we will get back to doing murder mysteries at some point in the future. We might have, so Monday nights we're not usually open. We might shift to make Monday nights like murder mystery night, where we're just open for murder mysteries or something like that. I don't know, but we will try and get that back into the schedule. Can't wait to be in a great place to eat great food. Thank you. I mean, that makes Laura's heart sing. She puts a lot of work into the recipes and the flavor profiles and making sure the staff is doing it the right way. So thank you. Consistency of product is a huge thing for us, and we try and put it out wonderful every single time. That's not easy to do. We train the staff regularly. That's one of the things we're going over tomorrow, is going over all the menu cards and the drink recipes and make sure everybody's up to speed on all of that stuff, that we haven't drifted over the last 3 weeks. So yeah, we'll bring everybody back up to full speed, on our menu as well. The last comment, we love Laura's recipes. Can't wait to be back home. We can't wait to have you back home. So again, thank you for that. I mean, those were some of the comments that we got, on what you're most looking forward to. And I didn't even think about putting the food and all of that, and atmosphere on there as something that you're looking forward to. But you guys told me, you're like, hey, we're looking forward to the food, we're looking forward to the atmosphere, and we just can't wait to be back. And so we love you guys. We love getting these types of comments, but we want you to be safe and we want you to feel comfortable. We want you to know that we're doing a lot over the next couple of days to make sure that we're ready. So we did a lot of things to stay connected with you guys. Some were well received, some not so much. And we asked the question, what did you like? So let's take a look at the results of that slide. So which of our stay connected activities would you like to see us keep? So Discord, boom. Over half the people that responded to the survey want us to keep the Discord going. That takes time and effort to do, and especially when we have as many people and as many activities going on. Jillian's been managing that for us, and responding to you all and setting up all the bots, and she's done an absolutely wonderful job. And we will keep that going. It might modify and change a little bit in terms of what we offer on there, but we'll see as we move forward what we end up using that for. Play with us live streams. So we did this because people were saying, hey, we can't meet up and play, and to be honest with you, I did an early live stream of hey, this is what's going on in the cafe, and I got all these positive comments about, oh, it was so nice to see you, to hear familiar voices. We did a playthrough of Pandemic, and people were saying, oh, it was so nice to see those people that we haven't seen in a while. This was only 3 or 4 weeks into the stay at home, and the feedback that I was receiving from your comments was, we just like seeing our friends, hearing the voices, seeing the cafe. It means so much to us, and so that's why we did the Play With Us live streams. We were doing, I think, 3 of them, and then we cut it back to 2. I think we're going to end up having to cut it back to 1 because it was a lot of prep work, and I'm not sure we can dedicate, the time to people to doing that as much as we could before, and so. I think we'll go to just 1, and it may not be a live stream. We may ask some of you to join us, and we just record it, and then we edit it, and then we put it on or something like that. But we get the message that a lot of you guys like that. Around 40 people said that they liked it. So we'll keep that going in some way, shape, or form. Virtual board game was a mixed bag. I know John was running that, and he had really trouble getting momentum with that. We were competing with a lot of other groups that were meeting online, and that's okay. We just wanted to put it out there and let you know. But a little over 20 people said that they wanted us to keep it going. I don't know what we're going to do with that right now. We'll think about it, see what we have time for. The Table Talk show, as far as I know, we'll keep that going. It's fairly minimal effort on our part. People seem to be enjoying it, and so we'll probably keep that going. And the time slot and everything might change. Again, we might record it and then play it back or something like that. Organized Magic Arena. Just a few people said they were interested in that. I think most of the Magic players, from my understanding, are anxious to get back and play face-to-face games, mostly Commander. And so, again, we'll play that by ear as we move forward. So yeah, I think that feedback is good in terms of what you want to see. And we'll keep some of this going. Some of this we're probably just not going to have time to keep up. But you let us know when you come in, or Facebook message me or email me if there's something you really want to see that maybe we haven't even thought of doing. We're happy to make it work. We're here for you. and we want this to be your third place, whether it be physical or virtual. We want it to be your third place that you come in to hang out with the people that you want to hang out with and play games. And so let us know. We're open to whatever suggestions you have, and we will try and make it work if it seems to be something that has traction. So let's kind of wrap this up a little bit. I mean, that's the results of the survey. Again, thank you for the incredible feedback and how quickly you guys blew up SurveyMonkey and maxed out both of the surveys. We do have a survey out there for Magic, just for Magic, because we're trying to figure out how to make the new Magic calendar work in the midst of all this. And so if you it's on Facebook, and I messaged, I sent it to some of you. So please get on the Facebook, the Magic Facebook groups, and answer the survey and give us your feedback if you're really into Magic and how you want to see this all work. But so there you have it. We are going to be open on Friday. We are conducting staff training tomorrow to review the procedures, the protocols, to retrain people on the sandwiches and the drinks, and make sure that we are ready for Friday. We're completing all of our cleaning events. You can see here we've got the things that people have checked off that I've had them do, and we've still got more to do, but we're continuing to work all of that. We've kind of reorganized the front of the cafe for what it will look like. You'll see a table of 4, a table with no chairs is kind of a physical barrier, and then a table of 4, and then a table with no chairs is a physical barrier, and a table of 4, and then a Duchess. We'll push the Duchesses back into the cafe. The back of the cafe is kind of a mess right now because I've got more tables and chairs than we can use, and so I'm trying to find a place here within the complex to store those. If not, I'll haul them off somewhere for storage. But we've got, we'll get all of that set up the back. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, we have 5 tables in the front, and we'll just have 2, 1 Duchess, and then another table set up for seating in the back. So it'll be pretty spread out. The reservation system hopefully will be up, if not tonight. As soon as he can retweak whatever I asked him to tweak after tonight's meeting, it should be up there. Please get out there and test it. We'll certainly put it on Facebook. Say, hey, try our new reservation system. At least 100 or so of you said that you absolutely or probably would come back within the first week. So we are anticipating, some of you using that on Friday, and we're excited to see how that all works. Give it a test. Hopefully it won't break. If it does, give us some time to fix it. But like I said, you can still call in now, even this afternoon, if you want to call in and make a reservation for Friday or for next weekend. That's certainly doable. Finally, I want everyone to know how much we care about you. We would never do anything that we thought was going to be harmful to you, or put you at risk, or make you feel uncomfortable. And so I just want you to know from the bottom of my heart how much we care. I'm doing this video. How many other restaurants, entertainment venues are doing a video to say, hey, I care about you, and thank you, and look at all what we're doing for you. But this is how much I care about you, and I want you to feel comfortable. So yeah, that's why we're doing this. There's a lot of places that are reopening. Some of you say, hey, how come you don't do an outdoor thing? I'll be honest with you, I didn't feel comfortable doing that. I just, I looked at it, and I just didn't feel comfortable doing that type of a thing. So, that's why we haven't done that. My military training with the checklists and risk analysis, which we're all trained on in the military, we're doing everything we can to make sure that when you come back, it will be safe for you. Um, you know, we're gonna do 100% effort, but it doesn't mean it's gonna be perfect. And please, if you see something when you come in, or even if you don't come in and just from this video you're like, well, I'm uncomfortable at this, please let us know. We want to address it. If we can fix it, we will. If we can't, we'll figure out what needs to be done. But we will take action on it if you let us know. So please keep the communication channel open and let us know what's going on. But I also need to be within balance of all of this. I mean, yes, I'm anxious to open, but on the other hand, I'm anxious to do it safely. So yeah, we got to balance everything. But we're a business, and we got to pay the bills. I got to make the payroll, we've been able to do that with the generous support of a lot of you. We did apply and get the payroll or paycheck protection loan, but that's only good for 3 months. So we're running on the tight end of that, and so we really do need to get back to some type of normalcy. And so I'm not racing to this. I'm doing it with planning. I'm doing it with preparation, training, leadership to make sure that we do it right. And if Friday rolls around and I'm not comfortable, then we're not going to do it. But at some point in time, I do need to reopen the doors. I do need to be able to have the cash flow to pay the employees, to pay the landlord, to pay the bills. So yeah, we got to keep all of this in balance. You guys have been great keeping us going for the last 3 months. And now we're going to try and give back to you the best way we can to be your third place. So my number one business expense, and I'm kind of proud about saying this, is our employee payroll. And many of you know why I went into open this business. This wasn't easy. Invested a lot of my personal savings into doing this, but I wanted to provide jobs, and I wanted to do it in an environment that allows us to provide a job that coaches, teaches, and mentors people. And so that's what I did for 30 years in the Army, and I felt like that's what I wanted to keep doing. And I thought this was a good mix of opening up a place that allows people to come in, to have their third place experience, and then it allows us to be able to pay our employees. And so, we're all about, the first thing I think of every morning is my employees. How can I take care of them? In the last 3 months, it's like, what can I give them to do? And we came up with some really creative ideas, and it's been fun. It really has been. But now we're transitioning, and it's going to be interesting over the next couple of weeks. So bear with us. I know there are many alternative venues for you to go to. I know some of you meet in churches and art barns and other places, and that is fantastic. I don't want to ever take that away from any. That's what I was doing before we opened up the Game Table Café. Absolutely. That is the bread and butter of board gaming, is to go to those places. And many of you have closely held relationships and friendships and stuff that you have built through those other venues. Likewise, here at the Café over the last 4+ years, you've built up those same relationships and friendships. And so we're continuing to be able to offer that. But we also are a business. And so we're a unique business in that we're kind of a hodgepodge of restaurant, game store, meetup place. And so it's been interesting to pull all of those things together and to make it all work. It's not easy. But you guys have been wonderful at coaching us and giving us tips and advising us on how best to do everything from teaching games to handling the food on the tables and all of that. And so what you have proven to me is that this concept works. Not only does it work, but you want it to work, and have worked with us over the last 4.5 years to make it work. And so a huge thanks to all of you that have been part of that. And you've made it so that as long as you keep coming in across our front entrance and you keep buying our food, sitting down at our tables, we will keep the doors open. And we appreciate the fact that you are doing that. Thanks, everyone. Please, we are confident that we're going to be here on Friday ready to go. And the green phase is here for Cumberland Valley, so please show us your support. Let us know, this next week. If you're not comfortable coming in, just let us know. Talk to us. If there's anything you see that we're doing that we're not doing well, let us know. We want to do it right. Use the reservations as much as possible so we can help us manage that, and talk to one another when you're in here, about your social distancing concerns and what you're comfortable with, and let people know. So with all of that, I want to thank you for a little bit of your time. We'll be posting this on YouTube and as a video. And again, thank you, and we look forward to seeing you on Friday.